So what would you say the main practical benefits and applications are of their findings?
So if you measure that in terms of who actually uses the methods on a daily basis, I would say that it's central banks.
It's central banks?
Yeah, but certainly also other agencies at ministries and agencies responsible for making business cycle forecasts and things like that. And not to forget, researchers.
Research, so analysts and people like that as
and
well.
Also academic researchers.
And academic research.
So I would say that basically all modern empirical macroeconomic research builds on the methods that the laureates have laid the foundation for.
So these two laureates, they have developed tools for interpreting historical macroeconomic data. Would you say that their findings or their work actually enables us to predict or control the future? Or
well, I mean, that's a big question.
Yeah.
I certainly think that it has been very helpful for central banks in improving their policy and making monetary policy better. And it's, I mean, their methods have implied that central banks know more or less what happens when they change the interest rate, what happens to unemployment, output, and inflation. And without such a knowledge, the monetary policy cannot be executed in a good way. So certainly it has been very helpful for them, but also also for fiscal policy. What happens if you if you introduce a new stimulus package or things like that? The effects of those measures can be analyzed with the methods that the laureates have developed. But one should realize that what they have devised is a method of constructing the models, the tools that we can use to answer these questions. They have not provided a complete finished model that never is going to be improved on. On the contrary, there is an enormous amount of improvement going on in various directions, and certainly the recent financial crisis has pointed to developments in kind of new directions, so introducing financial markets in the system, trying to understand what happens with monetary and fiscal policy when interest rates is at the lower bound at zero, so you can't do anything more. And these features of the models were not much developed in the calmer times of the 90s, for example, or in the beginning of this decade, but they will be now and are being developed now.
Yeah, because